What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful evening. Getting ready for bed. But just before I do that, always present for you. You know, I know many of you come and watch me twice a day. So I can't disappoint you, right? I have to be here. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please subscribe if it's not done yet, your first time. I'm sure we're going to love each other. We are the same people. Let's subscribe. Great. Super. So, as you know, maybe not, surely you know, most Africa was colonized in the past. Okay, most African countries were colonized except for Ethiopia and Liberia. In fact, Ethiopia, they tried many times. Italians tried, but Ethiopians were very, very strong, very brilliant in their defense. In Liberia was a country where slaves who were liberated from Americas were taken back into Africa. They all went to Liberia and created a country. That's a story for another day. So today our big story is the German president. The German president apologizes for colonial crimes in Tanzania. Bravo. We're getting an apology, first step, because many don't even do that. Okay, I hope they bring in money too, though. German president apologizes for colonial crimes in Tanzania. These people did horrendous things in Tanzania. You have no idea. The German president, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, has asked for forgiveness for the crime committed by the military during its colonial rule in Tanzania. I would like to ask for forgiveness, he says, for what Germans did to your ancestors here during a visit to the Maji Maji Museum in the southern Tanzania city of Songea. Tanzania was part of the German East Africa. I want to assure you that we Germans will search with you for answers to the unanswered question that gives you no peace.
My dear family, I mourn with you for Chief Songea and for all the others who were executed. I wish to pay my respects to the victims of the German colonial rule. And as German president, I would like to ask for forgiveness for what Germans did to your ancestors here. I beg your forgiveness, and I would like to assure you that we Germans will search with you for answers to the open and answer outstanding questions that give you no peace.
Okay, apology. Congratulations, Mr. President. We appreciate that. But did you bring money with you? Yeah. Apology is not enough. You need to bring money. Okay, because anybody can say I apologize. You know, that's too easy. Right? Yeah, that's too easy. They estimate over 300,000 Tanzanians, okay, were murdered during the so-called Maji Maji rebellion uprising. So what happened, fellas? I'm going to try, punch into the history very quickly so we can understand. The context is simple. Africans lived in peace for many, many centuries. Then the people came to overrule. In the case of Tanzania at the time were called Tanganyikans. They were happy in their land. There were people living, like African villages, people being happy. Different tribes, like many African countries. In Africa you have countries, but in each country you have tribes, different tribes. So same for Tanzania. And the Germans came in 1885. They arrived to Tanzania, Tanganyika at the time. Very friendly, very nicely. Tanzanians say, okay, welcome to our country. Well, Tanganyikan at the time. Welcome to our country. Everything is cool. They say, okay, welcome. Come to our country. Come have a drink with us. Come, let's eat something together. Africans are very friendly. Yeah, Africans are generally very happy people. They accept foreigners with no difficulties. They don't scrutinize you before they accept you. They bring you together. Hey, come, let's eat, let's dance. That's what Tanzanians or Tanganyikan at the time did to the Germans. Few moments after, things changed drastically. You know what they did? They forced Tanzanians to start working in the field. Yes, planting in the plantation of cotton by force. Then they forced them to start paying tax every month to the Germans. And that tax went to Germany. I mean, you come into some people's country, they accept you very nicely. Then shortly after, you take them by force, because obviously you have guns and stuff. You force them to work the field for your cottons, a cotton they will never use, a cotton that will be exported to Germany for your people. Then you force them to pay tax every month. Then it came a time the Tanganyikans were not happy about that. They sent their chief, one of their chiefs, to go discuss with the German. He went and said, sir, you came here very friendly. And when you came, we were extremely friendly with you. We accepted you. We welcomed you in our community. You ate with us. We danced together. We drank together. We shared things together and stories and everything. All of a sudden, things have changed now. We are your slaves. We work in your fields. You've stopped us from working in our own fields, disabling our families to progress because at the time, because men went to the fields to work, the cotton for the Germans, women remained alone with the children, destabilizing the society of Tanzanians. So now we've become your slave, working for you and paying a tax. How can we pay tax in our own ground, in our own land? For what? We've lived here for centuries. Why do we have to pay tax? The German took that chief and slaughtered him. Him, along the people that came to accompany him, they were all finished. Yeah. Just like that. Then in 1905, the Tanzanian people got really, really upset. Tanganyika people got really, really upset. They stood up to fight against the Germans. They didn't have weapons, like modern weapons, like rifle, they didn't have that. They just had bows and protection and stuff like the African stuff. They went around the river and one of them made a prayer and poured some stuff and threw into the river and asked everybody to jump. All the warriors jumped in the river. They were hoping by the time they jumped, they came out of the river, their bodies will be able to withstand bullets. They came in and they fought the Germans. The first time they beat the living crap out of the Germans. Absolutely insane. And you know what the Germans did? The Germans asked for help coming from Germany. Germany sent more and much more battalion of soldiers. They came with guns and stuff. They were very much advanced in terms of weaponry at the time compared to Africans. They came and bombarded with ships, destroyed completely. They took 300,000 people. Horrendous. Really bad situation. And in the meantime, props to the ladies, to women of Tanganyika. They were also fighting along their husbands, like Numba Kumanine. Very brave woman, very strong woman, Tanzanian woman that fought along the men at the time. She's a hero, that lady. So the story goes as they took many people, taking to Germany. Yeah, many were taken to Germany, including that of one of the chiefs. Yeah. So now the president of Germany comes to Tanzania to say, guys, I'm sorry. We are sorry for the thing that we did to you. It was called the Maji uprising. They called them terrorists. You know what I mean? That's how Western countries do. When you fight for your rights, you resist them, they call you terrorists. That's what they did with the Tanzanians at the time. They called them terrorists. So at the time, like I said earlier, in 1985, African countries were divided amongst Europeans. Germany held several colonies from 1884 until World War I. These included territories such as modern Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, Namibia, Cameroon, Togo, Ghana. All these countries were within Germany's hands until World War I. And after World War I, Germany started World War I. The European took all the countries from Germany and they gave it to other countries, other European countries as colonies. He says, I would like to ask for forgiveness for what the Germans did to your ancestors. Seen as one of the bloodiest uprisings in colonial history, German troops participated in a systematic destruction of the field and villages. They completely destroyed the field so that they could not grow any food. You know what I mean? Like you're fighting war against people, you destroy the field so they don't grow any food. Speaking of the shame felt toward the event, the president of Germany was ready to work with Tanzania towards a communal consessing of the past. The president promised to share the history that he learned from the Maji Museum back to the people of Germany. No, I mean, come on, how is that helping Tanzania? We don't need you to share a story, we need you to pay. Just like you paid the people that you know those people that did wrong in Germany, they paid them. Yeah. They paid the people in America, the Indians American. Yeah, they got paid. Why black people just get apologies? They don't get paid. I don't get it. I don't understand. They pay, everybody else get paid. We don't get paid. Why? Why is that? Is it because we're too soft, maybe? Germans did crazy things in Africa. Same for Namibia. They did catastrophic things to the people of Namibia. They even forced people of Namibia to go fight their war in World War II, forcing them to go fight in Germany, fight in Europe. And there was a pastor that said, Namibian pastor said, you're not going to Europe to go fight white people war. That is not your war. Listen, this is not your war. You're not going to Europe to fight that war. You don't know what. That's none of your business. Props to that pastor. Unfortunately, they tracked him and they terminated him. So Germany and Tanzania are aiming to re-strengthen their relation with the new president. Sama Suluhu Hassan is the only female head of state with the executive power in the African continent. Great stuff. So also they took many, like I said, many Africans. Right up until now, there's still many of Africans in museums in Germany. Crazy, isn't it? Okay, it's not so crazy because after all, they're Africans. Africans, you want to see African, you know what I mean? I can't say the word because we're getting censored. Now, just imagine a specific group of people. You know where there's a war in Middle East? You know that? There's a war in Middle East. Okay, you see that country? Just imagine taking the head of people from that country, putting it in museums in Germany. How would people react to that? How would the world react if you had the head of who we're talking about, in a museum in Germany? It wouldn't be acceptable. But it's okay to have African head in Germany's museum, right? It's okay. After all, it's some African that were during World War I, right? So those need to be sent back to Africa. And on top of that, they need to pay. We need to see funding. We need to see construction, development. We need to see cooperation where Africans are actually winning, not stories. I'm going to take the story I've learned from the Maji Maji back to my people. We don't give about that. That's none of you. Come on. So the bottom line is Africans need to wake up. We are too nice. Yeah. We are too nice. If you see most of the countries, most of the stories about colonialism, even about slavery, they came and we accepted them nicely. That's the reality of it. Africans were always nice. Hey, welcome. Have some drink. Have some food. Sleep. Do you need? Yeah, that's what we do. Then at the end, they're going to teach us. Like somebody says, they came, we had the land, they had the books. They taught us how to pray with our eyes closed. When we opened the eyes, they had the land, we had the Bible. How crazy is that? Let me know how you feel about this. German president saying sorry for the things they did in the past. I'm just reminding you that the king of the Netherlands came to South Africa to say sorry as well. He hasn't paid anything yet. Are these sorry really genuine if they're not accompanied by money? Because if you say sorry, you show that you mean it by doing something. Okay, what about the descendants of those people you took away? Can they profit from something? Are you going to give them something possible? I mean, is there a program for them to go to schools or some specialty to learn in German or something? I don't know. Is there something with money to build hospitals, infrastructure or something in the name of the forgiveness you're asking for? Or you're just trying to, amaduate people, speak to them nicely so they can forget the past and give you new opportunities. Okay? As much as you say you're sorry, I think you need to show in action that you're really sorry. Let me know how you feel about this. God bless.